What if the secret to achieving your biggest dreams isn't a giant leap, but a single tiny step you can take in under 2 minutes? We share powerful stories like this every week to help you master English and your life, so subscribe and click the notification bell to begin your transformation with us. Today, we are going to talk about a very special book. It is a book that has helped millions of people all around the world. It is called Atomic Habits by James Clear. Before we begin, I want to ask you a question, a personal question. Do you sometimes feel stuck? Do you feel like you are not moving toward your dreams? Maybe you want to make a big important change in your life, but you just don't know where to start. If your answer is yes, please know you are not alone, and you are in the right place today. This video is not just about a book, it is about a map. A map that can show you the way to success, to happiness, and to becoming the person you truly want to be. Let me say this from the beginning. Atomic Habits is not about doing huge, difficult things all at once. No. It is about the very small, seemingly unimportant things we do every day. It is about how these small steps, when you repeat them, can lead to amazing changes over time. So if you are ready to take charge of your life, let's begin this journey together. Part 1. The Big Idea Small Habits. Big Changes. At the center of Atomic Habits is a simple but revolutionary idea. Tiny small habits have incredible power. Think about this for a moment. Imagine a big airplane. It is in New York, and it is ready to fly all the way to Los Angeles. Now imagine the pilot changes the direction of the plane by just 1 small degree. Just 1. At the beginning of the journey, you would not notice this change at all. It's too small. But by the time the plane flies across the entire country, it will land in a completely different city. A single degree can change the final destination. Now let's apply this beautiful idea to your life. One small habit, just one that you do every single day, can completely change where you end up in the future. It can transform your life's destination. James Clear. The author explains something very important. He says that you do not rise to the level of your goals. Instead, you fall to the level of your systems. What does this mean? It means that if your daily habits, your systems do not support your dreams, you will never reach them. It doesn't matter how big or wonderful your goals are. Your daily actions are what truly matter. Let's talk about something that feels like magic. It is called the compound effect. Imagine you decide to get just 1% better at something every single day. Just 1%. It is a tiny amount. But if you do this for 1 year, you will be 37 times better by the end of it. It's amazing, isn't it? On the other hand, if you let yourself get 1% worse each day, you will slowly lose almost everything you have built. Here is a simple practical example. Do you want to learn English? You can start by learning just 1 new word a day. That's it. 1 word. Do you want to be healthier? You can start by replacing 1 sugary drink with a glass of water. At first, these changes feel very small. They might feel like they don't matter. But over time, they build on each other like a snowball rolling down a hill, and they grow into extraordinary results. And here is where the book becomes truly powerful and life-changing. To change your habits, you first need to change your identity. You need to change how you see yourself. James Clear says that every action you take is like a vote. It is a vote for the person you want to become. So instead of saying, "I want to lose weight," you can try saying, "I am a healthy person." Instead of saying, "I want to learn English," you can say, "I am someone who practices English every day." Can you feel the difference? When you change how you see yourself on the inside, your habits will start to follow naturally on the outside. Think about the greatest people in any field. Athletes, artists, or entrepreneurs. None of them became successful in one night. They built their success one small, consistent habit at a time. Think of Michael Phelps, the famous Olympic swimmer. He didn't win 23 gold medals because of one big effort. He won because he practiced every single day. Even on Christmas Day, when everyone else was resting, he was in the pool. His daily habits made him unstoppable. Now let's think about your own life. What is one small, consistent action you can take starting today? This book is not just a theory. It is about real, practical change that you can start right now. Whether you are trying to learn English, get healthier, or achieve any other goal, these ideas can help you. So here is a small exercise for you. Take a moment later today. Write down one habit you want to start. Then think about how to make it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. And then just begin. Part 2. The Habit Loop. The 4 stages of habits. Have you ever wondered why some habits are so easy to keep, while other habits just fade away? Why is it so hard to stop checking our phones but so difficult to start exercising every day? James Clear explains this with a simple and powerful model. He calls it the habit loop. Let me explain it in the easiest way I can. Every habit you have, both good and bad, follows the same 4-step pattern. 1. The cue. 2. The craving. 3. The response. And 4. The reward. Let's look at each one with some clear examples so it all makes sense. First, there is the cue. The cue is the trigger. It is the thing that starts the habit. A cue is something that gets your brain's attention. For example, you feel your phone vibrate in your pocket. That is a cue. Or you walk past a bakery and see a beautiful donut on the table. That is a cue. Or you wake up and smell fresh coffee brewing in the kitchen. That is also a cue. Cues can be things we see, sounds, we hear smells, or even our own feelings. They are little reminders to our brain that it is time to do something. Second, after the cue, comes the craving. The craving is the motivation, the desire for a change. Your brain says, "I want something." Your phone vibrates and you feel a craving to know who sent you a message. You see the donut and you feel a craving for that sweet, sugary taste. You smell the coffee and you feel a craving for that boost of energy. But here is a very important truth. You don't actually crave the habit itself. You crave the feeling or the change it will bring you. Third, there is the response. The response is the action you take. It is the habit itself. So you pick up your phone and you check your messages. You grab the donut from the table and you take a bite. You pour a warm cup of coffee and you drink it. This is the part of the loop where you actually do the habit. And finally, number 4 is the reward. The reward is the feeling of satisfaction you get at the end. This is the reason why habits stick. Your brain gets a little burst of pleasure, a little bit of happiness, and it remembers, "That felt good. Let's do that again next time." The message on your phone makes you feel connected to your friends. The donut tastes amazing. The coffee helps you feel awake and alert. This whole loop cue craving response reward repeats over and over again until the habit becomes completely automatic. You don't even have to think about it anymore. Now that you understand this habit loop, we can use it to change our lives. We can use it to build good habits and to break bad ones. To build a good habit, you just need to make each step easier. 1. Make the cue obvious. For example, if you want to exercise in the morning, put your workout clothes right next to your bed. You will see them as soon as you wake up. 2. Make the craving attractive. Think about how great you will feel after you exercise. Imagine the energy and pride you will have. 3. Make the response easy. You don't have to run for an hour. Just start with 5 minutes of exercise. Make it so easy that you can't say no. And 4. Make the reward satisfying. After you finish, celebrate your success. You can put a big check mark on your calendar or enjoy a delicious, healthy snack. To break a bad habit, you do the exact opposite. 1. Make the cue invisible. If you want to stop eating junk food, don't keep it in your house. Keep it out of sight. 2. Make the craving unattractive. Remind yourself of the negative things about the bad habit. Think about how unhealthy food makes you feel tired or sick. 3. Make the response difficult. If you don't buy the junk food at the store, you can't eat it at home. James Clear also says something very important about our environment. The space around you has a huge impact on your habits. Think about it. If your room is messy and disorganized, it is much harder to feel calm and focused. If your kitchen is full of chips and cookies, it is much harder to eat healthy. But if your environment encourages good habits, those habits happen almost automatically. Imagine 2 people. They are both trying to quit smoking. The first person keeps a pack of cigarettes in their house. They think, I will just use my willpower to resist. The second person removes all the cigarettes from their home. They also avoid places where they know people smoke. Who do you think is more likely to succeed? It's obvious, isn't it? The person who changed their environment. Your environment shapes your habits much more than your motivation does. Every time you complete a good habit, even a tiny one, it is like a small win. James Clear calls these small wins evidence of progress. Let's say you want to learn English. On day 1, you learn 1 new word. On day 2, you learn another new word. By the end of the week, you know 7 new words. It might feel slow. It might feel like you are not making much progress. But these small wins are proof. They are proof that you are improving, and they give you the motivation to keep going. Remember, building habits is not about being perfect. It is about making progress 1 small step at a time. There is another wonderful technique from the book called habit stacking. This means you attach a new habit you want to start to an old habit that you already do every day. For example, after I brush my teeth in the morning, I will practice 1 English sentence. Or, after I pour my morning coffee, I will write down 1 thing I am grateful for. Habit stacking works so well because it uses the power of your existing routines to help you build new ones. Every single action you take, no matter how small it seems, is a vote for the person you want to become. Imagine yourself in 1 year, or 5 years, or even 10 years. Who do you want to be? The answer to that question starts with the small things you choose to do today, even if you make a mistake, even if you fail. Sometimes it's okay. The most important thing is to just keep going. Every small habit you build is like planting a tiny seed. With time and patience, those seeds will grow into a beautiful forest of success. Part 3. The Power of Identity. Becoming the person you want to be. When most people want to change something in their life, they start with goals. They say things like, I want to lose weight, or I want to learn English, or I want to save more money. But James Clear explains that focusing only on goals can be a mistake. Why? Because goals are about what you want to achieve. But identity is about who you want to become. This is a very important difference. Let me explain. A goal is, I want to run a marathon. An identity is, I am a runner. A goal is, I want to speak fluent English. An identity is, I am a confident English speaker. Can you feel the shift? When you focus on your identity, your habits become a natural expression of who you are. They are no longer a chore. They are just part of you. So how do you change your identity? It isn't magic. It's a simple step-by-step process. Step 1 is to decide what kind of person you want to be. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I truly want to become? What values are most important to me? For example, if you want to be healthy, you can decide to become the kind of person who enjoys moving their body and eating good food. If you want to become fluent in English, you can decide to be the kind of person who is curious and loves to practice speaking and learning every single day. Step 2 is to prove it to yourself with small wins. Your identity is not something you can change in one night. It is something you build slowly through your actions. Every time you do something that aligns with your desired identity, you strengthen it. For example, when you choose to go for a walk instead of watching TV, you are proving to yourself, I am a healthy person. When you study just one English sentence, you are proving to yourself, I am a learner. When you save a little bit of money instead of spending it, you are proving, I am financially responsible. Each small action is like adding one brick to the foundation of your new identity. Over time, you build a strong and beautiful new version of yourself. James Clear shares another powerful idea. The habits you follow today are directly shaping the person you will be tomorrow. Think about that for a moment. If you watch TV for 3 hours every night, you are slowly becoming someone who values passive entertainment more than personal growth. If you read a book for just 15 minutes every night, you are slowly becoming someone who values knowledge and learning. The truth is, your future self is simply the result of the habits that you repeat every day. Let's use another example. Imagine 2 people who are both trying to learn English. Person A decides to study for just 10 minutes every day. They are very consistent. Person B studies for 1 whole hour on Monday, but then they feel tired and skip the next 5 days. Who do you think will improve faster? It will be Person A, the one who stays consistent. Why? Because small actions, when they are done consistently, always add up over time. This is why successful people often focus on their systems, not just their goals. What does this mean? Let's say your goal is to lose 10 kilograms. That is the outcome. Your system, however, is your daily routine, eating healthy food, exercising a little bit each day, and staying consistent. When you focus on making your system better, the outcome will happen naturally. You don't need to worry about the goal so much. Many people think they need to make huge, dramatic changes to see results. But this is not true. The real key to success is to master the art of small, consistent habits. For example, learning just 5 new English words a day might seem small, but in 1 month, that's 150 new words. In 1 year, that is over 1,800 words. Small habits may not give you instant results, but they build powerful momentum over time. And this brings us to an important lesson from the book. Success requires patience. A lot of patience. Imagine a bamboo tree. For the first 5 years after you plant the seed, you see almost nothing. It barely grows above the ground. It looks like nothing is happening. But then, in its 6th year, the bamboo tree can grow over 80 feet tall in just a few weeks. It's incredible. Why? Because during those first 5 years, it was silently building strong, deep roots underground. Your habits are just like those roots. Even if you don't see results right away, you have to trust the process. You are building your foundation. You do not have to wait to become the person you want to be. You can start right now with one small action. One of the most powerful ideas in the book is called the 2-minute rule. When you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. This rule works because getting started is always the hardest part. Once you begin, it's much easier to keep going. Do you want to meditate? Just sit down and take one deep breath. Do you want to write in a journal? Just open your notebook and write one single sentence. Starting small removes the pressure and makes it easy to build consistency. Part 4. The secrets to long-lasting habits and a better life. Welcome to the final and most important part of our journey through atomic habits. Here we will uncover the keys to making your new habits last for a lifetime. This part is so important because it's not just about starting habits. It's about keeping them alive even when life gets difficult. James Clear says something profound: true behavior change is identity change. This is where so many people make a mistake. They focus on what they want to achieve, but they forget to think about who they want to become. Imagine someone who wants to be a writer. If they think, "I'm not a writer yet," they might feel discouraged or procrastinate. But if they change their belief and start to think, "I am a writer," they will find joy in the simple act of writing every day, even if it's just one page. And please always remember this truth, a truth that will set you free. You do not have to be perfect. You just have to keep moving forward. There will be days when you fail. There will be days when you skip your workout or forget to practice English or fall back into an old bad habit. That is a normal part of being human. It is okay. What truly matters is what you do next. James Clear calls this the 2-day rule. The rule is simple: never skip a habit 2 days in a row. If you miss one day, don't feel guilty. Life happens. But if you miss 2 days in a row, you risk losing your momentum. For example, if you skip your morning run today, just make sure you go for a short walk tomorrow. If you forget to review your English vocabulary today, just set aside 5 minutes to do it the next day. Success is not about being perfect. It is about showing up again and again, even when it's hard. Let's be honest, life is unpredictable. You might get sick. You might have a very busy week at work. You might face unexpected challenges. Setbacks will happen. But they do not have to stop your progress. Here is how you can bounce back. First, be kind to yourself. Don't get angry or frustrated when you fail. Instead, just reflect on what went wrong and think about how you can improve next time. Second, recommit to your goal. Remind yourself why you started this journey in the first place. What is the bigger purpose behind your habits? And third, start small again. If you have fallen off track, just go back to the basics. Restart with the smallest possible version of your habit. This wonderful book reminds us that success is not about luck or talent. It is about your daily habits. It is a life-changing idea. It teaches us that greatness does not come from one big, heroic moment. It comes from the small, consistent, and often invisible actions we take every single day. Now, as we come to the end of our journey together today, I want you to remember something very important. You are capable of creating the life you want. Every single day, you have the power to make small choices that will lead to big, beautiful changes. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment. You don't have to wait until everything in your life is just right. The best time to start is right here, right now. The small actions you take every single day will carry you farther than you can ever imagine. You might not see the big changes right away, but just like compound interest, your efforts will grow stronger and more powerful over time. So keep showing up, keep being consistent, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself. No dream is too big. All it takes is a single step, and then another. One small habit at a time. And one day, you will look back and be amazed at how far you have come. So take that first step today. Keep moving forward, no matter how small the progress may seem. And remember, you are building the future you have always wanted. One habit at a time. As James Clear says, you don't have to be the victim of your habits. You can be the architect of your future. So my question for you is, what is the first small habit you will work on today? Whatever it is, start small, stay consistent, and watch your life transform. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. You have everything you need inside of you to succeed. Now go out there and create the best version of yourself.